Hi everyone, and today I'm going to be speaking about how tiredness and fatigue can lead to eating disorders. So this is something that affected me when I was suffering with chronic fatigue. So when I became ill with chronic fatigue syndrome, I was actually bedbound for the first 6 months. It was quite severe, and then housebound for 3 years. But during the time that I was bedbound, I sort of developed a eating disorder, anorexia, because I didn't have the energy to stand up and cook, or literally, couldn't walk down the stairs and then stand up in the kitchen to cook something, or even to go and get a snack. So this is how the undereating happened, and this is something that can affect a lot of people with chronic fatigue. It can also work both ways as well. So with me, it was, not having the energy to cook or even go and get a snack. And I suppose my body got used to eating less, and this is how the undereating on weight loss happened. But obviously now I'm back to normal healthy weight. I, learned how to eat well during my recovery from chronic fatigue syndrome. But with my clients, so I get sort of clients with general tiredness and fatigue. So the type of sort of women I work with are sort of over 40 who, they work full time, and maybe they come home from work and they're just too exhausted to do anything, too exhausted to exercise or socialise. They just come home, to sit on the sofa, fall asleep in front of the telly, and they're too exhausted sometimes to cook really. They're just sort of living off convenience meals, just quick things they can put in the microwave, or, if they don't have a partner who can cook for them, they're really struggling to sort of get the right nutrition from their food. But I have also had clients who is more that they're tired, and maybe they almost feel like lazy, like it's something they're doing wrong, that they don't have the motivation to exercise or to socialise, spend quality time with their friends or family, and that can affect mental health and lead to sort of lower mood. And so these types of clients will tend to perhaps overeat, so they'll go sort of crave carbs and sugar, go for those sort of carby snacks, just have loads of them in the house, and perhaps overeat on the carbs and the sugar because their body is craving nutrition, but it's not getting it from what they're eating, so it's causing them to eat more, and this can lead to actual weight gain. So often, especially with ladies who are, menopausal, your metabolism can slow down, and this can lead to weight gain as well due to the hormone imbalance. And obviously, that's something that's quite common, but it can become an eating disorder if it becomes sort of binge eating, perhaps due to, low mood and stress, finding it hard to cope with stress and anxiety, and perhaps binge eating foods to try and make them feel better. But perhaps, the sort of carbohydrate foods, and perhaps they get an initial high, feel better, but then soon after they start feeling, lethargic and bloated, tired and awful, and it's just like a negative cycle. So obviously there are different severities with, binge eating. It can involve, the being sick as well, or just, binge eating and gaining weight. So, this is how that something simple as, well, not simple, but, feeling tired can lead to this negative cycle of eating disorders, either the undereating or overeating. That's why it's so important to address tiredness and fatigue as soon as you can, because it can lead to other complications as well that might be harder to address. But obviously it depends on the level of fatigue as well. If it's just general tiredness and you can still work, then my 12-week program can really help you to get your energy back in that time, so you can exercise, socialise, spend quality time with your children or grandchildren, do hobbies you enjoy. But obviously if it's more chronic fatigue syndrome like what I had, it can take a bit longer. It depends, are you able to work or not? If you're not able to work, it's probably going to take longer than 3 months. If you are, then probably in that time would be long enough to, if you're someone who's committed and willing to follow a nutrition plan to really get your energy back. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, really, share my story and, stories, the sort of clients that I work with. If sort of tiredness and fatigue is something you're struggling with, then, check out the links below. There's a link to book a 30-minute discovery call with me where I can chat through your symptoms and give you personalised, advice and guidance on what the best next steps for you. And there's also a free guide below, so you can click and download that and start making some simple changes to your diet already. And yeah, thanks so much for listening, and I'll be back again next week. If you like this video, hit like, because it helps increase it in the algorithm so more sort of women can see it and it could help them. And also hit subscribe if you want to get more of my videos and get more tips on how to overcome tiredness and fatigue. And yeah, thanks for listening. I'll be back next week. So take care. Bye for now.